Let's start the bulletin now with an alert coming in on India and China's border row. The Chinese soldier who was apprehended a few days back by India has now been handed back to China. The Chinese soldier was released today at the Chushul-Moldo at around 10 a.m. On January 8th, the soldier had been apprehended on the Indian side of the line of actual control in Ladakh after he transgressed across the LAC. He was taken into custody by Indian troops deployed in the area, and the Chinese soldier was apprehended from south of the Pangong Tso Lake in eastern Ladakh. India and China are still in talks regarding deployments and disengagement of troops along the various standoff points in eastern Ladakh. For more on this story, WION's principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibil now joins us live. Siddhant, thanks for joining us. Tell us more about this recent development, a Chinese soldier handed back to China by India. What more can you tell us about this?
Well, Priyanka, it's a significant development, and of course India has followed all the protocols. He was apprehended on Friday, so after 2 days, today morning at 10 a.m. local time, Indian Standard Time, he was handed over. And this is the second such incident that has happened, because remember last time an Chinese soldier crossed into the Indian side of the line of actual control was in the month of October. That time also India had sent him back after a gap of around 1 to 2 days. But by and large, it's not going to impact the larger conversation between India and China. We know the standoff continues. The standoff was started in the month of April, May last year. It is one of the longest standoff which both the countries have seen. But what is the difference between this incident and the last year's incident is the fact that the last year's incident happened in an area called Demchok, which is in the southern area of the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. This incident happened in Pangong Lake. This is significant because remember, Pangong Lake is the location where the standoff between both the forces continues. It is one of the sites, a major site. And also remember, he was taken into custody in an area which is south of Pangong Lake, an area where the Indian forces in a sense took control in the month of August. The Chinese forces are present in the north bank of Pangong Lake from finger 4 to finger 8 area, and India wants de-escalation in that part of the region, that the Chinese side moves beyond an area which is the finger 4 area.
Right. Now Siddhant, having said that, do we know what this means for India-China ties going forward, and can this be viewed as a de-escalation?
Well, it won't be seen as a de-escalation. It is part of the protocols and agreement between both sides that if any civilian or any soldier crosses inadvertently, then they can be returned back. In fact, other than the two soldiers, the two incidences in which the Chinese soldier crossed into the Indian territory, there have been an incident in which 5 Indian civilians in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh went into the Chinese side last month during the tensions between the two countries, and the Chinese side allowed them to come back into the Indian side. So this usually happens in the border because the line of actual control, the border is not demarcated. But will it impact the larger conversation talks between the India and China? It is not expected that way, because given the fact that how the Chinese still continue to drag their feet on de-escalation process, as we just talked about, how the Indian side wants a de-escalation, particularly the Chinese side moving beyond an area which is the north bank of Pangong Lake, finger 8.
Right. All right, Siddhant, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us with all your inputs.